Yeah, see, I won't even go to Discord. Like,
right? No Discord. Discord's the devil.
No, that's me. If this is the way I look at it, the grimy shit people do on here before you, I'm thinking there is no way in hell I'm going someplace where it's out of the view of. Oh, I think I would be. No, I'd run from that like my hair's on fire.
You can't tell me that she would want to.
She is. I don't see her.
Probably down at the bottom.
Oh wait, that's weird.
Yeah, it's because you've got so many of us up here with you.
Okay, yeah, I have to move the window up. That's shit. Hold on.
What was her educational purposes for this?
Science.
That's why she did it.
Science.
What science?
Yeah, she's using it as a science project. No, I don't know any of us that are scientific people.
Hey guys.
I mean, I've worked in the medical field, and there's no way I would want to see Gannon's body. I have no need to.
No, nobody has a need to. Nobody.
No.
My education, well, initially I went to school for forensic anthropology, which is working with skeletal remains.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I have morbid curiosity. It's kind of like when you see a car accident, it's like the gaper delay. But at the same time, I know there are professionals who go to school to do this. And in my personal opinion, the trial was enough. The photos were for the jury and the jury alone.
Agreed.
You know what? I can tell you this. I have a family. Well, it's an in-law. We have a very, very large family of in-laws. And let's just say that one of those people works for one of the alphabet agencies. And in fact, you've probably seen this person on TV at some time or another. And this person has worked different, they assign you to different units within the agency. And one of the units this person was assigned to was CP. That was one. And believe it or not, there are actually, and this is true, this was actually in a kind of like a, well, I need to be careful how much I say because I don't want to.
I was just going to say, hold up, don't go too deep in this because you're going to start digging.
Oh, no, all I'm going to say is the people that work within that unit, there is on-site psychological, we'll just say, and it is not an option. Like, you don't get to say, oh no, I'm good, thanks. No, you must participate because of all the horrific things that trained, hardened professionals see. So there's no, hey, Diz, how you doing? There's no, whatever listen, we all know what this was about. Education, why do I want education from someone who's not, that's not her discipline. So
right.
I don't go to Betty when I want hair advice. So why would I?
Yeah.
I would her for, Joe Scott Morgan is an educator.
Yes.
Yeah, he's never.
Oh my God.
Said, hey, come on over. I want to show you something.
As a matter of fact, you know what, Lisa? Not that long ago, on his body bags, him and I want to say the guy's name was Mark. They actually talked about the trauma that people in this field endure. Like it was like a 42-minute.
He doesn't do that job anymore. Have you read his book? I highly recommend the book.
I got a big crush on Joe Scott Morris and Morgan and Keith Morrison. So like I've got a big crush on those two. It used to be Tom Brokaw, but have you seen him lately? Oh, poor guy.
I think Tom over Keith. Yeah, there's a reason he's not in that field anymore. He did it for a while, and then you just can't do it forever. What happened to Emmy or Ellie? Oh, there she is. Okay, carry on.
Look, I've had to deal with these kind of issues, and unfortunately, in the field I was in, I had to carry a deceased child out of a house. It's not. This Zav Girl, she showed not even. It wasn't illegal, and it was her right. But how about some basic humanity? How about some basic dignity for the victim? You could have blurred the damn photos out. You could have done. You didn't even have to show the graphic photos.
Kathy, this is all part of that kinder, gentler, more ethical creator movement that podcasts and is trying to wave. It's the wave of this movement, and you're either going to get on board with it or you're going to be swept out to sea, so to speak. Because I don't think people anymore are going to tolerate things that are like this. I mean, imagine if this were 6 months ago that she got these. I think it would have been way bigger than
like before the trial. You mean?
Well, like right after the trial, like within.
Oh yeah, well, Gray Hughes made a really interesting point about that. He said that like if this was like a 20-year-old case, it wouldn't be the same kind of thing, right? Because it's so new and a lot of people watched it. A lot of people are emotionally. I mean, it was just awful what was done to Gannon.
There you go, Emmy or Ellie. Emotionally, she was emotionally manipulating people's heartstrings.
That was
attachment to the case.
I don't think so.
I do believe that by putting those pictures out, she knew
exactly.
I don't think those were her intentions. I don't think she was that evil. I think she like maybe morbid curiosity, like people are saying. Or
honey, have you looked at her Patreon? Have you looked at,
I even saw the pictures actually. I wasn't going to, and I ended up seeing them. And I don't know, like it made me understand. I could see how I think people would that were really obsessed, like Zav. I'm saying, not me. I don't like, but would be able to like gain some perspective possibly. I'm not saying it's good, and I'm not saying
like what? That's what I'm curious about. What kind
of like Cody Jones and Joneson were talking about like the blunt force trauma, like that you can see in.
She didn't do that. Her commentary wasn't anything educational.
That poor baby.
Scientific.
I mean, that was awful.
My thing is, if people want to see what blunt force trauma looks like, do a simple Google search.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
I know, but it was like a public trial though. If this was like somebody's personal autopsy and it was done out of like a place of malice, and I just
it was a personal autopsy. It was a child.
I'm saying it was a public case. I'm saying it was a very public case that was all that was televised. You're able to see it through video.
And it was, I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying it's not like the thing that people said about Laura's ex and doing that as like a revenge thing, as like a way to like dock somebody or get back at somebody. I don't think Zav's intentions were evil. I think she's.
I do. I think it was all for money.
Her intentions were to make money and to
Hold on.
child.
Everybody talked at one time. Nobody heard any of that. Try again.
I think it was done all for money,
Yep.
and she was greedy. I don't think she took Gannon's family into account at all.
No, she didn't give a shit.
No.
Really? Is she still attempting to? Is it still up? And if not,
I think it is.
It is.
I looked at it today.
And I agree with Ellie. I don't think it was out of being evil. I think it was financially motivated, plain and simple.
Yes,
which is
Exactly.
evil.
But like, what did she get?
Well,
Like
I don't see
50 people, like $150? Like, is that the financial motivation? Like $150 tops?
I don't
Maybe
care if
that's
she made 1 penny.
I know.
I
I'm just
mean-
saying, is that enough financial motivation for it to be about money? I don't think so. I don't know.
Well, I think she was planning on making a lot more, and she probably still will, because from what I understand, she's reposted it.
But-
And
Yes,
if
she
Natasha's doing it as well, I mean, she's no better. She needs
No,
to
that's
do
a whole
it.
different story. She's taking, like, I feel what Natasha did. That's completely being exploitative and profiting because she didn't have any interest in like the
We agree
details
on
of the
this.
case.
You know what? You
Oh,
know
I
what
agree,
I think it is? I think it's, as far as, obviously I think it's vile and disgusting and she's a piece of trash too. But I think it's a little bit of, I love hearing that she's pulling some of the shekels out of Zav's pile of money. That
That's what
I like. But
Hey, look, a simple Google search, Lisa. A simple Google search, typing in the name Zav Girl. Here's information for the family. Her net worth is $45,000.
on the,
Who cares about shit like that? I don't know.
is
For
that
that,
on the channel?
that's like Social
Yep.
Blade though, right?
Oh, yeah.
No,
I don't even care about that
no,
stuff.
Can't go by that.
Well, no,
Well,
I
it's not
think
social. It's not Social Blade, and I care because I will help that family take every penny out of her mouth for the
You want
rest
to
of
sue
her
her
fucking
for
life.
this? For something that
Thank
is a
you.
court
Now,
issue?
I do believe you will.
Their balls into oblivion if there's a case, and I don't know if there is, but if there is, I hope that they make it as
I will make sure that
painful
she doesn't have food in her mouth. I will make sure she doesn't have toilet paper to wipe her ass,
Why
nor
do you
shoes
like
on her
a
feet.
lot of that's so
I don't
much
care.
like okay. I mean, I
so
just I'm trying to
I just
understand
have to
like
say something.
Can I
Because I
break
think
in
it's
for a
gonna
second?
Yeah, let me go, and then Running Bear go.
So I had said I
Okay.
believed it was financially motivated. However, I don't believe Zav Girl realized that when one person gets the link and downloads from that link, they now can share that for free. So if she was doing it for financial gain, she failed because, for example, say I decided to spend the $3, which I didn't. I wasn't going to give her $3, but say I did. I could then share it with all of my members for free.
exactly.
So
I was one of them.
I think it backfired in a way that she did not believe it would. And again, I can assume what her intent was. I can pretend I know what her intent was. I'm taking it at face value, but none of us know. And I think this
We
is
don't
just my
know.
opinion. And seeing her reaction to the comment that was in her chat, I don't think she expected this at all.
I don't think she expected this at all either. I think she's completely irresponsible.
Well, this is not her first rodeo, and she's got 90 some odd thousand subs. It's like I don't know how she wouldn't have.
Creator
I just
She
can't
needs a
imagine
Patreon.
how she would have thought this would have gone. That this would have been a good thing.
She's
Well,
naive.
especially being so close to 100,000 subs, I think this is a really dumb
I don't
decision.
think she's naive.
No,
With
she's
this,
not
yeah,
naive
you
at
can
all.
also-
You also admittedly don't know much about her. You keep
I
saying
do.
she's
I mean,
naive.
I
Girl,
could.
do you know that she used to be a fucking drug addict? You are not going to tell me that drug addicts are naive.
Yeah, that's
That's
This, she was
another
naive.
story. That's another story.
With
Like,
this, she was naive. She wasn't thinking it through, like you said. She didn't think like, people could just send that zip file to other people, even if it was financially motivated. She didn't think it through like that. I'm saying she was not thinking. She's newer to Patreon. I'm sorry, my dog.
Yeah, but she's not.
No,
doing
she's
it.
not.
And I
No,
think
she's not.
being a dipshit does not equal being naive. I mean, I don't know. I don't know much about her, but I don't like.
Yeah, not naive.
I don't think she's naive. I could buy that she ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer, but
Not naive. Stupid a little. Like not thinking things through. I shouldn't maybe use the word naive if not explaining the actions behind what I'm saying she's naive about. But she didn't.
All
She's
she saw was
irresponsible.
dollar bills.
I don't think it was about that. I think it was about the what she would the evidence because you saw what she went through with like Kylie's like autopsy. Like she does. This is what she does.
That
I just think
doesn't
it's so out of
make it
character.
acceptable.
You know what? I
Doesn't make it
understand all that, and that's all right with me. But to expose a child,
Yeah.
I live in a state where we have West Memphis 3, and we had the boys on the tracks. You will not find those children on the web with their autopsies because minors are protected,
Not in this
and
case, though.
Gannon should be protected as well.
He should be, but the courts is a court thing then that it's a FOIA.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that definitely to me is a.
You know what? That's fine if she wanted to review these pictures and stuff. That's her thing. But what she didn't do and should have done, is she could have.
Somebody has an echo, guys.
Okay.
It's Gina. The echo just
Turn that
started.
echo.
That's not me.
Gina, maybe.
I'm gonna mute for a second. See if it's.
and
But the
Lisa,
one thing she didn't do
You're
and
asking-
should have done is she could have blurred or blacked out some of those things that she was going over and pointing out. She did that
Exactly.
to get the reaction from people. There was
There was no
nothing
genitalia
educational or
though.
scientific.
Just so you guys know, I didn't see any genitalia at all in the picture.
Yeah,
That
but
was the
somebody, who's
No, but
Queen,
There's no way
what you did?
anybody could have seen anything because there was none in that picture. I don't know. Maybe they're like twisting their eyes to see something. I didn't see anything. Me and Jones
Did
didn't.
I not
Kermit
hear that?
clearly states they did.
Well, I don't know.
I was very passionate about Gannon,
You guys, we can't hear Lisa. Lisa keeps talking and we're talking over her. Hold on.
No, the only thing I'm just asking, I swore I heard Queen Boo say yesterday that she saw them and that there absolutely he was fully nude and that she did see.
You can't see anything. You can't tell if it's a girl or a boy in that specific picture. It could be a female or a male. You can't tell. You cannot tell. There is no way that you could tell that. I don't see anything in that picture. I don't see anything blurred out. I don't see that you could see anything. I don't know. That's just me.
I bet you can tell it's a child.
Frankly,
Quite honestly, Ellie, you don't think there's anything wrong with it, and you viewed the
I don't
pictures.
actually think there's anything wrong with it. I only looked at it because I've been commenting on it.
I don't have to
know
take
that
your
see them.
opinion for anything anymore.
Oh, good. Don't then. I mean, I'm not saying you should. I mean, I was like, I should really look at them because there was a lot of controversy about if you can see that or not, and that does. I think it's important because people are saying it's CP. People are saying it's CP, and it's not. I don't see how this could be. Yeah.
That I don't know because I know explicitly I don't know anything about that, but I'm only going off what Related Justice said as far as that is concerned. But the only thing I wanted to ask Ellie about was because there was one. No, Gina, it's you. Do you have something on?
No, I have everything closed.
Yeah, there's
okay. Try muting it until mute for a minute, and then let's see if it. Okay, got something with.
Gina, are you on your phone? Make sure your volume is down on your phone. Just saying.
I'll a lot.
Yeah, I'm on my phone. Well, then I won't be able to hear you guys.
Hold on. Let me just.
I'm gonna drop down and maybe that'll help. Maybe there's too many of us up.
No, it's been doing this the last couple times I got on panels.
Okay, I'm gonna leave. Thank you, Lisa, for doing this live.
Well, thanks for coming up. Ellie, the one thing I was asking you yesterday, but I wasn't on the panel, so you can hear me. was somebody brought up Gannon's family, and if Zav's intentions were good, then why did she not consult with the family first? And you said something to the effect of, well, maybe she didn't want to, hurt them with that. And the thing that as soon as I heard that, I was like, okay, so she doesn't want to hurt them by asking their consent to take their child's, basically when their whole world imploded and ended. But she doesn't want to do that because she wants to spare their feelings, but she's okay with putting their child.
But it just happened in a trial. It just happened in a trial where those, I mean, I think they might have left the courtroom when the autopsy photos were shown. Yeah, and the thing with Zav, I know it's become this big thing and it's gotten out, but I just think from the get-go, I'm saying from the very beginning, from where this all started, her intentions weren't to make money and to cause this ruckus that she caused and to do any harm to the family. That's why I thought, why would she bring more attention by asking them or whatever it is that somebody said maybe go through a victim's advocate. I don't think she thought anything through because I don't think she thinks
no,
because like
she knew what she'd be told.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not even, listen, I proudly sit here and say I have no idea on earth what her intentions were, and I don't really care what they were. It is one of the cruelest, most callous things I've ever seen someone do. Definitely on this platform. I mean, I don't go to all the other socials, so I can't speak for other places. But here, I mean, this is just next level, and I can't imagine being. I mean, somebody said that something about she's got a niece that she brings on her channel all the time. I mean, can you honestly tell me you think she'd be cool with somebody? God forbid it was her niece. Would she be cool with someone doing that?
Yeah, making points with maggots.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop down because I have to bring my mama cat for a checkup. But I just wanted to say a couple of things before I go. Bash's Tragedy Pimps has been commenting, so I wanted to just read her comment.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. She looked to verify if what was being said about Zav was true, meaning the unblurred photos. The private parts are blurred because Bash actually does have the file. The second thing,
but were they always blurred?
No.
What's that?
Were they always blurred?
No, they were not.
I don't even care. To me,
I don't know about that because Bash got it pretty quickly, but I don't know. That's for here or there. And there was something else I wanted to say, and now I don't remember what it was. So I guess I'm just gonna drop down and try to remember what the heck I was gonna say. But I will see you all later.
Thanks for coming up.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay. Hey, SoFlo, how you doing? Where'd Gina go?
She has a right to do the content she wants to. She does.
Oh, I don't
She also has a right to show respect and dignity. She could have discussed all that without showing photos and making comments like, "Oh, is that maggots?" Come on. That was for effect. That was the reaction.
I'm glad I don't understand her motivations because if I did understand her motivations, then I would be like her, and I am nothing like her. So, and to me, I don't care whether the images are blurred or not. It's just incredibly callous, cruel, vile. It's just sickening. So to me, it's like all you do is just take something that's as disgusting and vile as it can be, and you just make it a little more so. I mean,
well, at one time, were the photos not blurred that people were seeing things and actually making comments?
Yes, because of the comment about the marshmallow comment.
Yeah, they would have had to have seen it to make that comment.
I mean, how sick is that? I mean,
that was a sick comment.
Yeah, and that just shows you what I'd be curious to know is, was that addressed immediately, or was that float on by?
Hey, I like Chronicles of the Shady's comment. Are y'all scientists or in a teaching setting for others that are trying to get a degree?
But I did bring that up. Like, what if like this? Zav is very like. What if she does want to like get it? Like, I mean, I know that this isn't like YouTube. Yeah, I mean, like it starts somewhere with people like when they're very interested in things. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just feel like she should be able to do whatever the fuck she wants.
Nobody. Yeah, she can talk about whatever she wants, but to me, no, it's just sick. And
but if all those people FOIA'd it individually, then there's no problem. But because she shared it with some of those people, it becomes a problem. The FOIA is a problem. It's not really Zav. She's just like a point of distribution.
Too, because just because she got it didn't mean that she had to use it. I mean,
it became bigger than the attention brought to it, made it bigger and brought more eyes to it than it ever would have had. That's the thing.
Ellie, she promoted it for weeks.
Yeah, that's a problem.
She promoted
did not. Voices, show me that community post. I didn't find it anywhere.
Go watch what Mommy Ramblings brought out last night. Go watch what Mommy Ramblings brought out last night.
It was all a part, I believe.
Okay. I didn't see that. Is the community post on there? Did she delete the community post? I'm just asking a question, Voices. Because I went back to look and the community post didn't have anything about Patreon or autopsy photos or $3. Is there one that was deleted?
All of that, Ellie, but there are other places.
No effing way says she's.
No, I'm just curious if it was deleted or not. I'm just a question because
I don't know, Ellie.
I don't know why you were telling me that yesterday. You were telling me that the community post was advertising her Patreon for $3 for autopsy photos. That it was a marketing thing.
Right, I'm telling you, if you want to know where my proof is at, go look at what Mommy Ramblings put out live last night.
MRD. Okay, it's on
Mommy Ramblings blog. It was on there last night. MRD showed everything.
Well, she had to have done some type of advertising to let people know that she was doing it and releasing them. I don't know.
Hey guys, I just want to know where the responsibility is for the creator. Like, why is no one talking about where's the responsibility as a public creator?
Exactly.
Who is supposed to advocate for children. I have 2 small children, 1 10, 1 3, and I can't even imagine this happening to my son. I would want to kill somebody, to be honest with you. I hate to say it that way, but for anyone to think that this is right, it's absolutely disgusting. And I think it's almost on the verge of child pee. Whether or not they showed his private areas, that's his naked body. I don't know how anybody could agree with Zav on this. She's not a scientist. She is a YouTube creator who is exploiting children.
You know what? Here's what I'm going to say. I have no idea what or if there any possible repercussions are for this, but I'm saying right now, I would be A-okay with any and all. That's no sympathy. I have 0 sympathy for that bitch.
Ding, 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 ding.
No matter what, and I am going to say this. I do think that and Ellie, this is not a condemnation of you. But what I'm going to say is, when you have had children, it's a love and a bond that is different from any bond you will ever have in your life. It's different than the love you have for your spouse. It's different than the love you have for your,
yourself, anything. I mean,
yeah,
anything.
So I can see where it. I understand that it takes things to a level when it's a child that I will say I think it can be something that is more difficult to understand if you haven't had kids. But I'm just the person who, even if this was not a child, I would still have a problem with it because I just think it is so, my God, you want to talk about presumptuous and like, who the hell are you to think that you have the right to someone's autopsy photos? I mean, it's just foul.
And if she was that curious, why didn't she contact somebody in her family that's passed away and done her science experiment on somebody in her family?
Yeah, right. How about that?
Yeah.
And I wonder what she'd say. This is what I'm very curious about. Well, actually, I guess I know what she would say because I know what she hasn't said. And what I was going to say is I wonder if someone asked her right now, what do you think about, in light of everything that's being said, what if you had this to do over again, would you do it? And I guess by virtue of the fact that she's not made so much as, this was at the very least, not well thought out. But she's, she hasn't even done that. So I guess that's the answer to the question for me anyway. Hello to everybody coming in that I did not say hello to. Welcome. Okay, go, y'all.
I just want to ask Voices about that MRB thing. I'm just really curious because I just wanted to see like
I do a little bit of that too.
Oh, you did? What do you know what channel that is, Lisa?
Do I know what?
It's called Mommy Ramblings blog, Ellie. MRB, Mommy Ramblings blog.
And Voices comes on pretty early into the stream, I think. So you don't have to go too far.
I just can't find it when I
that
search for it.
Before last. Okay, that was
I don't have
before
the
last.
channel. That's all.
The
channel link.
Last night.
All one word. Mommy.
It's not when. It's Mommy
Ramblings blog, and I believe I think it's all one word. She does it, but that's definitely the channel.
Okay, so it's last night's live stream that she did, where she showed everything where Zav promoted, and I don't know how far in because.
Okay, I got it. I found it. I'm sorry. I just didn't know. I've never heard of that channel before. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah,
I was asking back that.
I don't know why she showed up in my feed. Frankly, I saw her, way back in the day, but I haven't watched her in forever. But it came in the feed, so I was like, okay, well, let's see what she's got to say.
And I fully respected her opinion. I was grateful to join the conversation. I feel I'm sorry, but I am.
In the courts file, never to see the light of day on the internet.
but I'm sorry, not sorry. I'm not sorry for how I feel on this. This is a sticking point for me. I have had families that I work with affected negatively by social media. I've had the family of a missing man have to move from their home because they were stalked repeatedly by social media. This is no different. I mean, honestly, Ellie, I up until this moment, I adored you. But quite frankly, this is like where we break up. Like, I don't want to be on panel or around you. Like, and you can say I'm overreacting, but I don't want to be around anybody that's seen those photos. Period. The end.
Come on now.
Are you serious? Well, then there's a whole bunch of people that you've been hanging around, girl, that have seen them.
And that's fine, but I won't be back.
And you don't know.
There's lots of places I won't go.
Going back to Queen Bee or nobody ever again. You're that
I guess
with everybody now.
I guess fine. I'll stay over here. I'll cut my nose off to spite my face, but this is a hill I'll fucking die on because I'm not okay with any. You guys want to see my sister's fucking autopsy photos? You bunch of sick fucks. Shame on you all, and I hope you all go to hell. Fuck you.
Okay, well, there
Hey,
you go.
can you hear me?
Yeah, that's much better.
See, I don't see.
Yeah,
Too emotional, guys.
But I get it. I mean,
You get it? I mean, I don't understand.
I mean,
this
well,
is
I get
so
that
crazy to me. How
coming
I
at
mean,
it from, she's got a different experience for sure.
I get it.
I mean, I'm lucky. I've never lost
I'm not
a
gonna lie.
sibling, a child. I think
we all have grief, though. We all know what grief is. I know losing a child is the most awful thing, and you don't have to like have a child or not have. Voices doesn't have kids. You don't have to have a child or not have a child to look at this and have your own opinion about it and not hate each other for it, like hate each other for other opinions. But I just feel like it's gone off the rails at this point. Like, really, you're gonna really hate me for like understanding somebody's opinion? I wouldn't do what she did.
She doesn't hate you. You know that.
No, I know.
Honestly, I lost a child, and if someone would have done this to my child, to his autopsy photos, you can bet your ass I'm coming for you. Because it's a child, period. There's just no other. Nope.
I agree. I mean.
Hey, good afternoon.